Hello friends, and welcome to the chapter on the movement element. Look, from the dawn of history, humans have been physically active. They engage in agriculture, fishing, hunting, and constructions. Back then, most jobs were based on labor. Today, most of us rarely engage in physical activity. Many are looking for the perfect excuse not to be physically active, such as a lack of time, it's too cold, too hot. Many of us don't have physical and mental motivation. Ignoring the body's physical need to move can cause a long list of diseases. Exercise stimulates, strengthens, and improves the body functions. It has an influence on 10 of the body's systems. Let's review them. Number 1, the skin is the largest organ in the body. Its function includes oxygen absorption and detoxification by sweating. During exercise, the skin serves as a heat regulator in the body, and it also removes excess toxins. Exercise not only helps cleansing the body of toxins, but also helps it in expanding and contracting the skin. Number 2, the musculoskeletal system. The bones, joints, muscles, ligaments, and tendons depends on physical activity to strengthen and protect the body from injury. People who have been physically active and engage in moderate physical activity throughout their lives suffer less from diseases associated with the musculoskeletal system. Number 3, the cardiovascular system is a direct cause of cardiovascular degeneration. Exercise strengthens the heart and flows more blood into the organs of the body. As the blood flows at a higher intensity, it reaches all the cells of the body. Thus, exercise helps oxygen and essential nutrients to get there. Number 4, the nervous system and the brain. Exercise has a positive effect on the nervous system and the brain. Exercise is described as a drug that has positive effect. After exercising, we tend to feel great. I'm sure one of the reasons for this is the amount of oxygen and negative ions that enters the body during vigorous exercise, especially if the activity is performed in fresh air outdoors. Number 5, the digestive system is also affected by exercise. Studies shows an improvement in bowel function. Exercise such as vigorous walking, running, cycling, and other activities also strengthen and stimulate the digestive system. Number 6, exercise influences the urinary system. Exercise that activates the lower limbs, such as running, walking, swimming, and cycling, has a beneficial effect on the urinary system and especially on the kidneys. Number 7, the endocrine system, which secretes various hormones that affects number of functions in the body. The thalamus, the hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal, and thyroid glands are parts of the endocrine system. There are 2 factors that affects this system during exercise. Number 1, a higher oxygen flow through stimulated blood flow. Number 2, the general good feeling that comes after that. In general, exercising produces and secretes more hormones. Number 8, the immune system. The lymph nodes are stimulated by movement. It is enough if we move the skin and the lymph fluids start to move. Exercise that combine movements of hands, arms, and shoulders, legs, and neck stimulates the fluids in the lymph nodes located in these areas. Exercise also helps to drain and clear the lymph nodes. Number 9, the reproductive system. Exercise that activates the lower limbs improves and strengthens the genitals and the reproductive organs. Studies prove the beneficial effect of vigorous walking on the prostate. Also, vigorous walking strengthens the uterus and the pelvic floor. This can prevent prolapse in the future. Exercise strengthens the abdominal muscles and is very beneficial during pregnancy. Number 10, the respiratory system. Exercise causes the body to consume more oxygen to produce energy. Therefore, we use a larger volume of the lungs and thus stimulates the action and strengthening them. More than once, I have seen people who have had coughing fits immediately after exercising. In most cases, those people are cigarette smokers. Exercise not only strengthens the lungs, but also helps to clean them. If you're going out for exercise when you have a fever and a stuffy nose, you can expect a good general feeling and relief from nasal congestion after the activity. In my clinics, customers ask my advice for the best exercise. Let's be honest, the best exercise for you is the one that you like to do and not what someone tells you to do. Some people like to ride a bike, some like running, walking, or swimming. Others like board games or even dancing. As long as the weather permits, exercise should be done outdoors, in fresh air, combined with deep breathing exercises. It is important to do muscle stretching and warm up before any exercise. We can cause damage if the body isn't warm up and the muscles are contracted. It is important to start with a few minutes of warm up before speeding up. During exercising, it is very important to sweat. When sweating, the body activates its cooling system. At this point, the body is in a constructive, stimulating, and strengthening physical activity. Just remember, when feeling weak or tired, it's advised to stop or slow down. When someone feels fatigue or weakness and continues to exercise, it may do more harm than good. Even during exercise, we must listen to our body. It is advisable to exercise for 1 hour a day, 4 to 5 times a week. If you are starting now a new exercise routine, you need to reach an hour within a period of time. Each one according to his or her physical and medical ability. Like anything else, here too, it takes time to get results. Those who are looking for quick results may do more harm than good. It is advisable and important to take the time until the body gets used to the new activity. Look, I'm not the right person to decide which exercise is best for you, but I can definitely give you the right direction and you will have to do the rest. The basic rule for an activity that suits for you is to love it and feel satisfied after you are done. Here are some examples for popular exercises. I want you to know that this is not a recommendation. If you have any health issue, you need to consult a medical doctor before starting to develop physical activity. And most importantly, your goal is to adopt exercise as part of a healthy lifestyle. So let's start. Board games are usually an aggressive and competitive exercise that can cause unnecessary injuries. Each player tries to prove that he is the faster and most powerful. The activity is suitable for professionals, young people, and game lovers. Beyond the age of 40, the number of people engaging in this type of activity is declining. Tennis and other racket games are mainly for people with above average fitness. The fast run from one end to another, the sharp turns, and the speed are not recommended for most adults. Swimming is one of the best physical activities. All the body parts are in constant motion. It is good activity for the heart and lungs. While staying in water, there is no pressure on the joints and for those who suffer from injuries in the limbs and back. Ever since I was a child, I loved to swim. Sometimes I would feel like a fish in the water. I mostly like to swim and dive, to fill the lungs with air and release it slowly underwater. Unfortunately, I cannot recommend swimming in pools where chlorine was added to the water. Chlorine is known to be carcinogenic, so I do not find any health benefits when someone stays in chlorinated water for a long time. I certainly don't see health justification for filling the lungs with air enriched with chlorine. Today there are other methods of disinfecting swimming pools, hot tubs and spas. Ozone is one way. Cycling for fun is another method of exercising. It can be road or mountain biking. Either way, the feeling is supreme. This is one of the best exercises. You can ride almost anywhere and in any terrain. However, I do not recommend cycling as the only exercise or riding for more than 1 hour at a time. It is important to remember that while cycling, you need to be equipped with protective gear, especially a suitable helmet, and to follow the road signs. In the past, I injured myself when I did not follow those instructions. I also don't recommend driving in cities and streets which are filled with vehicle noise and air pollution. There's also boat rowing. From my experience, I can attest that rowing a boat can be a complement to cycling. While cycling is good for exercising the lower body, rowing a boat uses the upper body. In many places you can find access to canoes and kayaks. Yoga is a wonderful combination of stretching and deep breathing. I always recommend my customers to consult the advice of yogists for proper breathing instructions. The results of such exercise involves the flexibility of all vital organs in the body. Yoga is not only an exercise, but also a way of life. Dancing is an excellent way to exercise. I can assure you that such exercise is considered to be one of the best. I found in free dancing a lot of peace of mind, mentally and spiritually. The movement of the body to the sounds of your favorite songs and music is one of the best ways to exercise. So what are you waiting for? Just do it! Running is the most popular sport in the world. Despite its popularity, many suffer from injuries. Most running injuries are in the knees, feet, and pelvis. You can find older people who are still running, but their numbers decline. Now, walking was the first thing we did after birth to move from place to place. We don't need special talent to walk, and anyone can walk at its own pace. You can walk in almost any terrain, uphill, downhills, on snow, and you can even walk in water. The equipment required besides comfortable clothing are shoes, which should match and support the structure of your feet. Unlike running, walking does not put high pressure on the knees and feet, and you can adopt walking as a healthy choice. As I mentioned earlier, exercising is a great way to release toxins from the body. However, where are those toxins coming from? Why the body stores them? in what organ it stores them, and how to cleanse the body. In the chapter of cleansing element, I'm going to answer those questions, and I'm going to give you more tips about cleansing. And I think that once and for all, you must know about it, because in the cleansing element lies the seeds for development of chronic diseases. So let's meet there shortly. Goodbye now.